this is old Highway 288. It used to be a road back in early 1900s before Lake Fontana was made, and they flooded it all because government. But you can towards the end of the year, you can actually drive down here on the lake bed. It's a local mud hole essentially, but they do close it from December 1st to like March or something. But yeah, you can. It's beautiful up here. I mean, here in the summer months, Tennessee closes Fontana Dam, and it's a lake again. But during the winter months, they open it up, which means the locals can come down here, come fish, go see old remnants of 288, like the bridges that you can see in some of the older towns like Proctor and some other ones. I mean, it's just beautiful back here, wide open. It's a lake bed that you go mud in. I mean, it is bottomless in some parts. I mean, this is the local mud hole. When it rains, it stays soupy for days. But right here is this is where the old road used to be. It's right here. This is an old dirt road. Can't really find much on it, other than on like some really old maps. But yeah, you can go about a mile and a half back, and then it gets to a point where you can no longer drive because the road's underwater. Because I don't think back in the day it used to be this high. So like right here, this is one of the many bridges that you can find out here. But yeah, you just can't go any further than a mile and a half because it's just a long place like that. But yeah, it's just beautiful out here. Yeah, I love it. It's like when I used to live up here in Bryson, we'd go mudding, fishing up here. A few weekends, there might be a little party out here. I mean, locals will come out here and spectate the high schoolers mudding, whatnot. I mean, it's just there's not much to do in a small town like Bryson, so you do this on your weekends. It's just simple living up here. But it's just beautiful. Wide open. So like right here, it's an old bridge too. There's another one further down the line. Yeah, I don't think I can quite drive to. There is a waterfall up that way. But yeah, I've hiked back to about there with a buddy of mine last winter. Me and her, decided to explore a little bit. It does get kind of off camber a lot. So, and the last time I was here, I didn't have a tent on my roof. So, yeah, I might find a spot to turn around because I'm holding the phone level. I don't like being severely off camber on something like slick dirt like this is. I mean, it's not slick, it's just dusty. Right there is a good fishing hole. Good, jump in the lake kind of hole. But it is trashed a lot out here. I mean, it's beautiful. There is another bridge right in the holler right here. And that's like an old parking area. There used to be a town up in there with a mine. The road to nowhere is right here. Tunnel is. That's the Smokies right here. But yeah, this is Fontana Lake on old 288, boat ramp 288, highway 288, whatever you want. There's a mud hole. You come down here after a good rain. I've seen locals. I mean, they all drive 80s, 90s Toyotas, and they all sink it to the frame. I mean, that kind of mud, shit. I'll take Georgia clay over lake bed. I mean, that just stinks, and it's just damn near impossible to get out once you suck yourself down. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just past the water level. Yeah, I love it up here. But I mean, it's all the fall leaves, sadly. But oh well, there's still a few trees with fall colors on it. Last time I was up here, a friend, me and her were hiking back to an old abandoned road behind, well, not behind, but a little bit below the road to nowhere. And some of the local boys were out, shooting guns. And yeah, it's nothing, out of ordinary. You come out here and shoot guns, but they started shooting guns towards us. Either that or their bullets were ricocheting off the lake and they're flying up beside our head, because I had two whiz and crack beside me, which means that bullet is really close to you. So at the time I had my 380 and I dumped several rounds within 10 feet of where they were. Next thing I know is I hear their truck start and they are hauling ass out of there. But little story, but I mean, it's just beautiful out here, man. I mean, I love it. And you can walk up in some of these creeks and hollers where, it's just perfect. And normally I'd be drowning right now. I mean, I'm still 10 feet underneath the water line where it would normally be. And you come up in some of these right here on a little john boat or on a canoe, kayak, oh, you can catch yourself some big fish. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, I wish I was still alive back then. Back in 1900s, 1910s. Because I think that bridge was made in 1928. And this is just, I guess I'm just an old soul or something. I would much rather have roads like this everywhere rather than pavement or something. It's easier to, regrade a gravel road. When you fix a broken asphalt road, I mean, it takes a lot. And your dirt bikes come out here. Just old concrete bridge. Been here for just about a little over 100 years, close to 100 years, I don't know. Math is not my strong suit. See if I can find where the date is on here. I know I found it last time I was here. No, it's not on that side. It's on this side. It's on this side. Yeah, there used to be a date on here. I mean, it's been almost a year since I've been here on Fontana. Nope, no date. I'm pretty sure it was put up in the early 1900s. That I do know, because that was when all this was getting logged, and there were still 5 or 6 communities up here who drove, throughout here. But that was before Fontana Dam was made. But, oh well. It's government for you. They'll see an area that they like and be like, oh, we're gonna flood you out of here. Oh well. But I'm gonna go hit that mud hole. Well, what's left of a mud hole. I mean, it ain't rained up here in a little over a week. So, which is good, because I decided to take my first ever week paid vacation. I've never taken vacation, but I decided to this time, and picked the perfect time to come up. It ain't rained in a while, so I'm glad I did. Plus, I mean, it's just gorgeous. Would be hitting some of the trails up here, but I'm up here helping a friend and whatnot, so I ain't had time to hit some of them good trails. I mean, there are trails up here, I mean, they make Georgia look like a joke. I mean, the mountains just ain't quite as big. Plus, I mean, everything is just so far from each other. Like, I know the nearest Walmart to here is a 40-minute drive. I mean, well, depending on how fast you go. You can get there in 30 minutes if you go 70. And it's just everything's so far apart and spread out. And don't want to go through that creek because that's just gonna swallow me. I mean, it doesn't look like it's deep, but right through there, that is the deep part. You'll get guys breaking chains, straps, just tearing their shit up. One thing though, my suspension ain't loving this. There's a nice little waterfall up there. Let's see where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go right down through here. Yeah, last time I was here, I was two-wheel drive with bald mud tires, and I was still keeping up with everybody until about right here when I got stuck. But now I have four-wheel drive and almost bald mud tires, so there's that. But yeah, screw it. But when the river's flooded up, you can swim out to this tree right here and sit on it and whatnot. The boat dock right there, it's normally up. Mud Bog Central right here. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. Mud everywhere now. Ugh, it's dusty. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there used to be an old homestead up there, the gazebo. The remnants of the stairs into the house is still there. I don't know what happened to the homestead. Like I said, there's just not much information out here on 288. Yeah, there used to be an old homestead right there, and not much information is on it. Not much information is on the towns on here. You know, you can find a little bit here and there, but not much. And that's all because all the old timers are dying off. Nobody's asking questions, or you know, they're forgetting, which sucks. So you know, within 10 years, all the old timers that grew up and was brought up here are gonna fall off the face of the earth. And what we have in books and online and at the, you know, town hall and whatnot, all the information there, that's all we're gonna have. But you know, oh well, it's part of life. I'm gonna keep doing donuts here. Not even 30 seconds after I got done saying I'm gonna go do some donuts and whatnot. This looks relatively dry, but it's a lake bed. Well, I sunk about a foot in the mud, spinning all four tires. I mean, I had to get out. My shoes fell straight into that. I mean, that just swallowed me. Wonder if I'm hung up. Not really. Yeah, this is the deep part when it rains real hard. Alright, I'm on my Leafs. That's what I'm hung up. Need bigger tires. But yeah, this stuff doesn't smell that bad, but it doesn't smell good. So I'm gonna dig myself out real quick. Well, that first idea didn't work, and then I was like, I'll just do a really sharp winch pull off that dead tree out there. Well, it was starting to work, but my alternator probably just took a shit because my brake light and battery light are on, and it's sputtering. So alternator ain't charging. So, and every time I use the winch, it's a very high amp draw, higher than what I can supply the battery. So, yeah. But yeah, she's sunk. down to the frame, which sucks. And it's just pushing mud out there. Pushing a bunch of mud like a bulldozer there. But yeah, so now I'm gonna walk in the woods to a friend's house, or hopefully she can come down here with her truck. I mean, all that's dry, so she'll have plenty of traction there, and I'll have a chain, and I'll just tell her to give her hell on pulling out backwards. So, bummer. Yeah, it's one hell of a mud hole though. But you just gotta go really fast to this, so that way you don't do what I did was, somebody went slow through here. I should have be able to go slow through here. Nope, I went stupid slow, came through these ruts, and then got stuck right there. Because that tire had no traction, and being without lockers, you know how it is. So, oh well. It happens. But, you know, if I didn't have nobody come rescue me, I'd be on that seat. That's literally what that chair is there for. But now I'm going to walk up and over this small mountain and another one to go get some help. Luckily, this is my first time having to do this. Because last time I got stuck out here, I was out with everybody else. See, this is my marks. Right here. Yep. It sucks because, I was so close. So freaking close. Hope nobody ransacks my car. But oh well. I'm headed back to Georgia. I don't know how long it's going to take. I know normally it's about an hour 40 drive, but when your alternator's dead and only pushing about 11 volts, it doesn't want to go. Like, fuel pump isn't wanting to provide enough fuel pressure. Spark is in and out. I mean, that there is a tail sign of dead alternator. Now my inverter shows me that the alternator is bouncing between charging and not charging, so maybe if I baby it, it might stay charging with short periods of not charging. I don't know. Yeah, luckily I can probably have somebody bring me my spare alternator up from Georgia, but I just want to see how far I can get before I have to make that phone call for somebody to drive almost 2 hours to watch me swap an alternator on the side of the road with possible heavy rain, because right now Bryson City is under flood warning, so there's that. And the only downside is going up hills doesn't really want to do it. There's no power without good spark. So just coming out of Bryson City up a 8% grade, it did not want to do it. I had to manually downshift. So I know I got one long 6-7% grade for about 3 miles, about an hour away from here, just outside of Franklin. So hopefully that won't be that bad. If it is, oh well, I guess. But it was bound to happen. I was just hoping it wouldn't have happened this soon, because that other alternator was screaming a lot worse than this one is. So I swapped them out, but there's no telling how old this one is, because I pulled this one off my other car I had at the time. But I know the other one's still good. I'll just hurry up and warranty it and get another one in a few days. Yay, another uphill. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go through the gorge, because the gorge, I don't think I would have made it. There's no cell signal out that way. So at least I know here. At least I know here I can have plenty of cell signal, because I'm literally right outside of Cherokee. But, you know, this is going to be one long ass video. But I finally took that week vacation and got some footage. So screw it. That's how I live. You break your car every day. That's really sluggish. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go on. That fast. And right about 10 volts. Kind of hard to see. Right about 10 volts. So once it gets about 9 or 8.5, things start not working. That's when fuel pump cuts out, engine starts to die, lights don't work after that. So I opted to leave a little bit early and hopefully make it at least as close as I possibly can to the border. But yep. Well, I did make it out. I ended up getting my buddy's cousin to come down, and then when I went down, a local was there with his truck, and he ended up yanking me out of the hole. Well, the day I was supposed to leave, I should have already been in Georgia by now, but alternator took a shit. So now I'm gonna do all the video editing and all that fun stuff. Now, while I wait another 4 hours before anybody from where I'm at can come up here with my spare alternator. So I can put it on in the rain because it's supposed to be pissing here pretty soon. So, yay me.